days I questioned fate. I had my own design, but down the road I would find another hand, bigger plans for the vision I conceived. I can trust the wisdom of another hand. There's one who knows our thoughts, our hopes, our deep desires. The one who guides through all our trials. Lessons that unfold a better picture that we could know. Another hand. Trust the wisdom of another hand, another hand. That hand puts the soil of my soul, pulling weeds, watering, making me grow, making me grow.
Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so excited to welcome you here, and I'm so excited that we have our guest musician, Gwen Pearl. She's awesome. We're having a good time backing her up. It's wonderful. We have a couple of things. Let me remind you to turn off your cell phones. And also, this is our time when we check in and see if there's anyone that has had any demonstrations this last week. So it's a prayer answered. Does anybody have anything they want to share that's been... Margie.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll share answered prayer that my friends made it here safely from the Bay Area and back east.
Ooh.
And that I know prayer will be answered that they get home safely.
Absolutely.
And it's been a great visit.
Absolutely. And just remember, we have a prayer line on our website. If you need prayer, put that in there. We're going to talk about that later, but our prayer team prays all week long, and it is so amazing what they're able to do. Thank you. Anybody else before we move on? Anne.
On my grandniece, Megan. I don't know if I already shared this.
You did. I know, online.
Online, okay. Was working and experienced pain in her right side, and her boss said, "Oh, you can go to the doctor during your lunchtime." And somebody happened to be a medical person in the dental chair who said, if that's in your right side, I think you need to go now. And she was having an appendicitis attack. So luckily when she went to the urgent care, they sent her right to the hospital, and she came through the emergency surgery just fine.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes.
I had one. My daughter had to move, and she was very anxious about that. And, you know, she kind of had her ups and downs. And then I prayed, and she found a place just like that. And she says, I got the Laurel Canyon place. And I said, which place is that? Is that the one you sent me pics? And she's like, no. And she said, it all happened so fast. It just came out of the blue.
Isn't that
And
wonderful how
perfect
things
for her.
synchronicity? Yes. And I want you to know that all of you in these chairs today are answered prayer for this center. I'm so excited to see everybody here. By the way, I'm Ruth Hall. I'm the president of the Board of Trustees. A lot of times you hear my name is Edna McGowan, but my real name is Ruth. But I'm happy to welcome all of you today. Let's go through our vision, mission, and purpose together. We are a welcoming sanctuary community where all are accepted, valued, and supported in the global family. And our mission? We inspire personal and global transformation through the teachings of science of mind. And our purpose? In joy and love, we connect in service to all life. Before we go to our next song, though, I want to introduce our very special guest speaker today. Reverend Peggy Tillery has been on a spiritual path since the early 1990s. She became a practitioner in 2000, and in 2001 she became an ordained minister through the Centers for Spiritual Living. Boy, that was quite a time to be doing that, too. She is currently a staff minister at the Center for Spiritual Awareness in West Sacramento, where she manages the Adventure and Small Group Ministries. Wow, how fun. For more than 20 years, she has offered classes and workshops on topics such as meditation, visioning, abundance, manifesting, and more. Through teaching and speaking, Reverend Peggy's mission is to take the message of the transformative power we each have to bring more peace, love, and abundance, not only into our own lives, but out into the world. And I'm going to invite Reverend Peggy to come up and give us our invocation. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's just go within to that divinity in our heart space and just allow it to blossom there. Just feeling our connection with the one power, the one presence, the one love that is all around us, expressing in us, around us, through us, every way in every day. And so I'm just grateful for this beautiful community. I'm grateful for each person here. I'm grateful for the music. I'm grateful for the message that I'll be bringing that came through me. I'm just grateful for this beautiful life that we get to live, making it better and better every day in every way that we can possibly think of, through kindness, through compassion, through understanding, and through all of the principles of science of mind. And so I just know that this service is already blessed in the mind of God. I know it's already complete, it's already perfect, and I am so grateful for that. And so I just release my word into the law. I know it's already done, it's already complete, and so it is.
So it is.
So I'm going to welcome Gwen back up to the stage. She's going to grace us with another one of her originals. All of the songs you're hearing today are her songs that she wrote herself, and we're so proud to have her with us. Thank you.
each day, sweating details and holding on with a white knuckle grip, getting in my own way, trying so hard, stressed out, and grasping for whatever I can get. Yet I find when I let go, don't try to push the river, let it flow. When I relinquish all control and trust the unknown, it just keeps getting better. It keeps getting better. Keeps getting better in my life. It's none of my business how my dreams come to be. Just feel into that wonder every day. Savor each moment without worry or doubt. Remain calm and centered in my faith. 'Cause I find when I let go, don't try to push the river, let it flow. Believe this universe is wise, then it happens. That big surprise, yes. It just keeps getting better. It keeps getting better. Keeps getting better. All of my life, it just keeps getting better. Keeps getting better. Keeps getting better all the time. Well, I want you to imagine with me for a moment. Just imagine before time, before space, before creation, before any physicality of any kind, source energy was condensed into a small little ball of energy. God was contemplating itself, visioning the life, the planets, the universes, everything, just spending I don't know how much time, an infinite amount of time, just visioning this life that we get to live right now. And when it was done contemplating, it just loosed it all out into the universe. In unloosing its vision into the cosmos, and everything and everyone was created by the one. So we are truly one thing. You know, we talk about being one, but it's hard to think about it. You know, each and every one of us was a part of this beginning.
we're here, if God is all there is and we're here, we've got to be a part of God. Now, we're not all of God, but God is all of us. And so no matter our skin color, no matter our choices, no matter our values, no matter anything, that is the truth. That we're all one. We're living this loving, this perfect life that God has created, even though it may not look that way. We're born beautiful, perfect little beings. And then we get socialized, and then we go to school and we get educated, and we get trained in different ways, and maybe we have traumatic experiences, and so it kind of changes and shapes us into a whole different thing than when we were born. And we don't feel like we're one, we don't look like we're one, and we certainly don't act like we're one. As we journey through this lifetime, we think that we're limited human beings, and that that there's nothing that we have no control or no ways of moving in the world that we have choices about. So we sometimes create beliefs and patterns that make us feel a little stronger, a little safer, maybe a little bit more in control of things. But I believe that we all hear a call to do more, to be more, to step into a higher vision of ourselves. We can ignore the call. We can pretend like we don't hear it, and some people may not really hear the call because there's just so much going on in their life. There's just not room for it. But this call invites us to engage more in what we came here to do and be, because we all came with a purpose. We all came with a gift. Even a small gift. A gift doesn't have to be Oprah or the Dalai Lama. A gift can be having a beautiful garden, or baking cookies for the neighbors, or for the children's school. And the call doesn't always come with bells and whistles. Sometimes it comes when we're at our worst. That call can look like discontent. We're just not happy, and we're just feeling like discontented. Or it may come when we have when we go to the doctor and get a diagnosis. That could be our call, having to go through an illness, a serious illness, or maybe an addiction. It's those hard times that sometimes that call gets planted in us, and we go out in a whole new way after it's over. And then when we get that call, we begin to question life. There's got to be more to life than this. There's got to be a loving God, right? It sure doesn't look like it sometimes, does it? Why am I so happy? Why is there so much fear and hatred and greed in the world that seems to be causing so much conflict, not only in our country with differences of opinion that seem so polar, but all over the planet? As usual, whenever I start to talk, things start coming to me. Well, things came to me this morning, so I'm going to pull out something that I'm going to plug in here, if I can find it. This is from Reverend Christian Sorensen, who's in the San Diego area at the Seaside Center for Spiritual Living. He says, there is far more clarity looking out from the peak above the clouds of confusion than looking through the fog of the lowlands. Higher states of awareness are available and for everyone at all times. This knowing dissipates any of the dense perceptions that hold you back. It's that higher vision, that higher state of awareness that we can tap into to bring us out of that, what is going on in the world, and is it ever going to get any better? So I'm here to finish up the monthly theme from good to great to grand. And today's talk is about the power of vision. So I was thinking, what does vision mean in this context of good to great to grand? And I think it's being able to see a better version of ourselves, a higher version of ourselves, and a better version of humanity. In order to step into the more that we're offered it every day. It's important to have a vision. Then we have something to reach for. Then we have something to pray about. Then we have something to act about and take action on. And then I went back to the Bible, Proverbs 28:18. Without a vision, the people will perish. Now that doesn't mean without a vision that people are going to die. It's not literal. It just means to me that our vision, which is a revelation from God, is that the people will not thrive. The people will not thrive without a vision. We need a vision, and we all of us on the planet, I think, need a vision of something better than what we have right now. God, source energy, is always creating. It never stops. It's always moving, always creating, always visioning, infinitely. And we are made in the image and likeness of that one. And we're always co-creating our life with our thoughts and our feelings and our actions. We're creating our life, and we're creating the life of the collective, not just our life, but everybody's life, because we're all connected. Oneness is like a web. I think of almost like a spider web, where we're all connected. And so what happens in one area of the web impacts the other areas of the web. So let's say a vibration of love happens over here, and it just vibrates throughout the whole web. And the same with fear, vibrates all the way through the web. And so it's really incumbent on us to be mindful of what we're putting out into the web. And I want to include the plants and the animals. I mean, it's all life. It's the whole planet. It's the people, and it's everything. It's all a part of God's life, an expression of God. And so I'm going to go to our first reading, which I'm incorporating into my talk. Okay, that's not the one I had. But that's it. Sorry. Baha'u'llah. He's the founder of the Baha'i faith. Let your vision be world-embracing rather than confined to your own self. World-embracing. And what's interesting is that what we do for ourselves has an impact on everybody. And so it's not necessarily something that we have to go out and heal the world. We just have to heal ourselves and be a better version of ourselves. There's more than 8 billion people on the planet right now. It's just amazing. Who would have thought, in the 50s, that there would be 8 billion people? All of those billions of people have their own unique path, their own unique purpose, and their own point of view and their own values. But despite our differences, I believe that we all want the same thing. We want to live an abundant, authentic, joy-filled life. Things are great, but I think what we really want is to be happy, to be content. Everyone on the planet. We often judge people that are different from us, that don't look like us, don't pray like us, and all the other ways that we seem different. And sometimes we try and change them or blame them for some of the things that are going on in the world. Because a part of that is that we were socialized not to trust people that look different, that maybe were born with a dark skin or wear a hijab or, that are just different. And yet we all emanated from the same source. We're all a unique expression of the one. And it isn't necessarily people in another country, in another part of the world. It's our families, it's our friends, it's our neighbors that maybe we don't often agree with. And maybe we want them to change because, listen, I've got the answer here, You can see it my way, right? I had an experience with my daughter during COVID. We had a difference of opinion about the vaccine. And so we just started this, I'm going to call it a debate. We started this debate, and she was trying to convince me, and I was trying to convince her. And finally she stopped and she said, Mom, I think we just need to agree to disagree, and let's just drop this. And we never talked about it again. And it's hard with our children. We want them to be safe. We want the best for them. And I kept having to stop myself from going back. Are you sure? Are you sure? But I had to let her have her own space. I let her have her own life, her own choices, her own decisions. And that's a gift. To give somebody that space, to give your neighbor that space, your friend that space. To believe what they want to believe and to do what they want to do and be who they want to be. It's important to have that space because it's in that space where we can expand and be more creative about what we can be and do in the world. If we're always looking over our shoulder or wondering if someone is going to judge us, we can just be free to go out in the world and do maybe even greater things. David R. Hawkins, in his book, Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender, says this: psychoanalyst Carl Jung concluded after a lifetime of study that there is an inborn drive in the unconscious mind toward wholeness, completeness, and realization of the higher self, and that the unconscious will devise the ways and means of bringing this about, even if they are traumatic to the conscious mind. That higher self within us, that still small voice that we can connect with, has the wisdom of the one to share with us. And even when things look bad, it just seems like God always works it out for good. Have you ever had something bad happen, and then you looked back on it and you think, if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have met that person. I wouldn't have learned that thing. It's so amazing to me how it always seems to work out for our good. Going back to that space, giving others space. Can you imagine what we could create together if everyone felt they had that space? Everybody would feel more joy, more contentment, more creativity, and that goes out to the web. And we just continue to share more and more love, more and more freedom with our thoughts and our words and our actions. So what does allowing others their own space and their own experience require of us? It requires us to cultivate empathy, compassion, and a deep respect for the individuality of others, even if they're our children, even if they're very close to us. We have to give them that freedom. And if it's someone that you work with or someone in the community, can you let go of any of the bad things that they may have done in the past? Can we let go of that stuff that we see and see the inner light, that divine part of them, instead of that human part of them that makes mistakes? We all make mistakes. Can we let go of that and just see the person for who they are? Can we suspend judgment and just accept them? And maybe not hang out with them, but at least, respect their point of view. And what I really want to say is, can we go from us versus them in a kind of a conflict sort of way to we? Can we be a we, working together for the highest best for each of us and for the world? It isn't easy, but we can do it. It just takes a choice. It's just a choice. There's so much fear in the world right now. The TV and social media don't help. It adds to it. And don't even get me started on the news. It drives me crazy. It's 99% negative and discouraging and distracting. It gets us distracted. We forget who we are and whose we are. We are each and every one of us a spark of the divine. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. And that's so true. It's so true. It's courageous to do that inner work. It's courageous to step out authentically. It takes courage to step into our vision, especially if we think we might get judged or it's a little different. I wonder if Gwen finds it hard to step out with her new songs. You know, it takes courage to bring yourself out into the open like that. And the world needs all of us, every single one of us. If you're breathing, you need to be here. There's something that you're bringing to the world that needs to be brought. But it's more than just our thoughts and our inner work. It's our actions. It's the actions that we take in the world. Inspired, and that means inspired from spirit, and tangible actions that we can take. The next reading I'm going to do is about George Floyd. Yes. Following the murder of George Floyd, Stephanie Dillon of the Rolling Stones Culture Council offers questions that those of us who want to end oppression should ask themselves. How do I treat others? Do I treat them as though we're one? As though they're an important piece of God's divine plan? Do my practices align with my values? Think about what you value. We did that a couple of weeks ago when I was here with Reverend Sharon. She had a list of 20 values up here. Do your actions align with those values? How am I holding others accountable? You know, there are people in the world that are saying and doing terrible things, and we need to hold them accountable. And at the same time, send them love. Never hurts. But the main question is, who am I when no one is looking? Who am I when I'm alone in my home? Am I operating from fear and doubt, or am I operating from love? Because when we're alone, we have that opportunity to tap into that inner wisdom. And from this place, find ways to act with a sense of purpose and impact on the collective experience. What can I do? So often it's put the other way. What can I do? I'm just one person. Yes, if we all stepped up, if each one of us stepped up, then we're not just one person. We're all working together for the good of all and the harm of none. So who we are and what we do shapes not only our life, but it impacts the collective consciousness. And you may already be aware of this, but I just want to make sure, and this is a teaching of Science of Mind. There's no savior that's coming to save us. We are the saviors now. You know, in the past there have been saviors that have come to try and show us the way, show us the path of love. But now that's us. We are here to change the way the world looks right now. There's so many actions we can take. Just practicing kindness. Just planning, setting an intention to go out every day, to be kind, to open a door for someone, to smile at someone. Then we can go out and feed the homeless. You know, there's things we can do out in the community, out in the world. Give to causes that you're passionate about. There's a lot of causes that are doing a lot of good work, and we can support that with our money and our time. You know, people go to bed hungry every single night. And not just in some third world country across the planet. Right here in Sacramento, people are going to bed hungry. And there's a lot of societal and institutional barriers that are keeping people down. And millions are struggling to keep their head above the water. You know, we have to hear that, and then we have to shift it into what can I do? How can I help? How can I make things better? And part of that is having a vision, creating a vision for our lives. What is my vision for my life? And what is my vision for what I can do out in the world to make it a better place? You know, we can't be perfect every day. You know, I judge people. I get into funks and start to doubt what's going on in the world. But the minute I notice, you have to turn it around. You have to remember. You have to remember. Am I adding to the fear in the web, or am I adding to the love in the web? I love this quote from Audre Lorde because I think a lot of us are a little bit afraid to take action. It's hard to put yourself out there. She said, "When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important if I am afraid." Once we have that vision and once we commit to it, that power that we feel about that commitment that we make, makes it less and less important if we are afraid. We just have to step through that fear. A video came to me a couple of days ago, and I decided to bring this story here today. It's the campaign launch video for Erin Marshall. She's a 29-year-old single mother, a sales communication manager, and a Democrat who is challenging Republican James Comer of Kentucky. In her YouTube video on her channel, Erin Marshall, the video is called Our Choice. She makes it clear that she's running because of abortion rights. She said women in Kentucky have no choice when things like birth control failure, rape, incest, and everything else results in pregnancy. Now she thinks Mr. Comer just finds Congress simply a game and that he's dehumanizing women and putting their lives in danger. Now that's her opinion, and it may not be your opinion, and that's okay. But I was just struck by the call that this woman got. This 29-year-old single woman is putting herself out there because she got the call that she had to speak up about something that was really important to her. And I was so impressed, and this video was so touching. I just felt like I had to bring that today. You know, acts like that can have a huge impact, that's true, but let's not forget that a huge impact for us might just be to act from our highest self every day. But it can be challenging. You know, there's that general atmosphere in the collective of fear, worry, and anger. And it's broadcast on the web. And then we can pick up on those feelings. We can fall into those. And when we notice, we just have to, I think I already said it, we have to stop. Stop and notice and change the thought. Trust that there is a divine plan, that there is a guiding principle of love leading us ever forward and upward. We can practice loving kindness with our thoughts and our actions. And I think of that like a dirty glass of water, you know, one that is cloudy and you can't see through. And drop by drop, if you put enough pure water in that dirty glass of water, it's going to turn clear and clean. We can do the same with our thoughts. We can just put a drop, day by day, moment by moment, and we can change the world. It can be that simple. But we have to have a vision. And then the last reading that came to me this morning, where did it go? It came from Astro Butterfly, which is an email I get about astrology. It says, "What's your vision? What would make the world a better place? How can you contribute to this future vision? A vision that is aligned with our values and greater social context is the most powerful force in the universe."
Can you repeat that?
Yes. What would make the world a better place? What's your vision? How can you contribute to this future vision? A vision that is aligned with our values and greater social context is the most powerful force in the universe. Let's take this message into prayer. As I just recognize that one power and that one love beating our hearts right here and right now. There is absolutely no separation. Never has been, never will be. We are one with the one. We are one with that power, with that wisdom, with that grace, with that forgiveness, with that joy and beauty and all good things. And I know that life is calling each and every one of us to be a better version of ourselves, to go out with kindness, with compassion, with love, and with an expectancy of only good flowing out onto the planet. Only love and light out, in, around, and through the planet. And I see this vision, I hold this vision of healing, of wholeness, of beauty, of understanding and learning to celebrate our diversity. Celebrate our different paths. Celebrate our unique visions. I am so grateful for each person here. I am so grateful for each person watching from home or wherever they are, now or later. I'm grateful knowing that the love that we share goes out onto the web. And I just feel so very, very grateful. So very grateful for the one. So very grateful for the planet and the beauty that she brings us every day. The inspiration that we feel out in nature. It's all to inspire and uplift. And for this, I give even deeper thanks. And so I just let this prayer go. I know it's already done and know it's already complete. I know that we're moving ever forward, ever upward, always. And we can seal this prayer together by saying, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Peggy. That was beautiful, wonderful. And I think Gwen must have channeled what you were going to say today, because this song is called Leveling Up, and it's perfect for what you just told us, right?
That didn't happen during dress rehearsal, but
Let's try it.
can you try unplugging it? It runs off a battery.
Okay.
Let's try it. This works fabulously earlier. There's some Okay, well, let's plug you in here. I can play without going through the system. Here, Gwen, let's get her plugged in there, and I'm gonna give you my mic. I'm just gonna get this rolling. And we'll just sing out loud. Oops. We'll just sing out loud. You use that mic.
This one?
Yes.
Instead of
That one.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's.
Okay. We can flow. We can flow with things.
You can use them both.
Here.
Okay.
One, two. All right. Thank you for your patience.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. Here we go. There's an endless wellspring we all have inside. We could never comprehend how deep, how wide, an infinite life energy that gives us power leveling up.
Thank you. And now it's our offering time. We're giving you the opportunity to give back. And I just want to tell you, this community, look how we're growing. I'm so excited. We've got not too much longer. We're going to be moving into our new sanctuary that's being built on the other side of that wall. Thanks to Larry Alberg. He is working hard on that. He's doing a lot of it, most of it, on his own, by hand. Had some help by borrowing a lift that's going to help him do the ceiling, so we're excited for that. But I just want to tell you that one of our goals, one of our visions, is that this room will eventually be a place that we can sublease to programs, to therapists, to help our community. So as we're growing this community, your donations, your offerings, it's paying the bills. It's paying our lease. It's helping us get to that vision and to that goal. And so I just want to let you know how important that is, not only to our board of trustees, but to this community in general, because look at the community that's surrounding this building, and those people are coming, and we're excited for them to come and be with us. So you can send, those of you who are online, you can send in to our address. We have a permanent address here. We don't have a post office box anymore, so you can send it directly to us here, or you can use PayPal or credit card. And thank you so much for supporting this wonderful community center. Thank you. So let's do our abundance affirmation real quick. In consciousness of abundance, I give freely, knowing that I am freely given to. And let's sing our offering song. Gwen's going to help. Hopefully maybe this doesn't work. How about now? There we go. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Thank you. I mentioned earlier that we have a prayer line on our website, and just remember that you can go there anytime and put in your prayers, and our beautiful prayer team will pray on it for a week, and they do amazing things like we talked about this morning, right? So some questions?
I'm just curious, how many people are on our prayer chain? Do you know?
I'd have to think about it. I think there's probably around between 5 and 7 people.
Oh, that's
so,
great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Wonderful. Thank you.
So we have some exciting things coming up this next month. Gourmets for God is a fundraiser that we first did back in 2019. Can you believe that? We are doing it again, and it's going to be so much fun. We have people that are offering to be hosts for some special events. I'm hearing that we're going to have not only a picnic in somebody's backyard, but there's going to be a cruise on the Delta on a houseboat with live music. There's going to be a drum circle that's going to be happening. Anyway, we are going to have these events ready for you to see the first Sunday of June, which is next Sunday, and you'll be able to start bidding on the ability to go to these events. And so there's lots more information that'll be sent out by email, so you'll be prepared for that. And it's just a fun way for all of us to get to know each other and have more fun, and have an opportunity to have some time together. So it's a great community builder as well as a fundraiser for our community. We're also in June looking forward to our parking lot sale. So if you're if you're doing some spring cleaning, you're taking some things out of your closet or things that you're getting rid of, we'd love to have you donate that stuff. If you're an arts and crafts person and you would like to set up a little booth and sell some of your arts and crafts and give a percentage to the center, that would be awesome. Cleaning out your attic, cleaning out things and bringing it here on consignment, even if you would like to do that. But we are looking forward to having not only a fun parking lot sale like we did before, but also to be able to be visible to our community out there and be able to talk to people in our community when they come to see our stuff. So it's exciting. That is on June 15th, right here at our center from 9 to 5. So bring your stuff. Let's sell it and have some fun. If you know anybody that loves to organize fundraisers, I'm doing it, but I'd love to have somebody else be doing it with me or for me. We'd love to have somebody that does this for fun come and join us. And if you know somebody that would like to be our fundraiser chairperson, let us know. We'd love to have them come. This is the next class that's going to be offered. It is our first Saturday class, so this happens every Saturday for, I believe it's 8 months. The Art and Science of Spiritual Mind Treatment, that will be here in person at the center starting August 3rd. And this information is also on our webpage. And then Ann Brooks is heading up our outreach ministry, and we are collecting summer clothing for St. John's. There's some information in the back of the room, and we're collecting things back there too, but specifically we're going to meet here on July 14th to bring our donations and visit together as we help the community. One of the things that you were talking about today. We love to do that. So if you have any questions, please talk to Ann. And Margie, we would love for you to come up and do our affirmation for the week and our benediction.
I'd be delighted.
We've missed you so much. We're so glad you're here.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and I miss you guys. So we'll say the affirmation together. I create spaces for authentic self-expression in both myself and others. And now if you go to that sacred place in your heart with gratitude for the service today, for the beautiful message from Reverend Peggy, for the music, uplifting, and even the announcements, and this beautiful center that keeps growing and growing. So we give thanks for this, and we bless our service. We bless everyone online here as well, and not here. We know they're safe and well loved. And so we give gratitude, blessings, and we say together, and so it is. Amen. Thank you.
So we're going to have you get involved in the singing. We're in the way. We can scoot over it, yeah. Yeah, let's scoot over so they can see the... So we're going to do a little reprise. Is that how you say it? Reprise?
Guys.
Sing with us.
Okay.
Go ahead.
each